Hello, today is the anniversary of the death in 1979 of Cecilia Payne, a scientist whose work was very significant, an astronomer who discovered the makeup of the sun, hydrogen, at a time when it was thought that it was made up of the same elements as Earth. And so her ideas were dismissed. And it was only very much later when Henry Norris Russell made the same discovery through different means and published them, that he mentioned just in passing in one short sentence that actually Cecilia Payne had made this discovery many years before, but it had just not been acknowledged. So he took all the credit. And this has been true of other women scientists. Rosalind Franklin, for example, whose work X-raying DNA produced a photograph which was hugely significant in the work that Francis Crick and James Watson did on DNA. But they knew about this photograph. It's not clear how they got hold of it, but they certainly didn't acknowledge that she had taken it. And again, Rosalind Franklin just appears by name in a footnote in their dissertation, and it was Watson and Crick that got the Nobel Prize. You can't entirely blame men. Some men have supported their colleagues, but often the work of women has been sidelined or worse, taken over by men and claimed to be theirs. The good example I discovered on my Googling, and you can Google neglected women scientists, and you get a whole long list of them. But Alice Ball, for example, who discovered an injection that would prevent leprosy, her discovery was taken over by someone else and published in his name without reference to her. And it was some many years later that Harry Holman, who'd been a colleague of Alice Ball's early in her career, realised what had happened and re-established Alice Ball as being the discoverer of this injection. And it's good to know that this is one example of men standing up and supporting women, because so often the work of women in this field particularly is discredited. And I was particularly interested in one of the scientists from China, although she went to America to study, Qianxing Wu, who said, because of her experience of discrimination, including, for example, not being allowed to use the front entrance of the university that she was part of, that she didn't think that the atoms and particles, when they were being assessed and worked with, could tell the difference between the way a female and a male scientist approached them. If the particles that are being studied can't tell the difference, then we should not discriminate. And certainly today I want to put my hand up and claim the importance of women's contribution to scientific discoveries, and deep regret at the way it has been so underplayed and often undermined.